Well, everyone, I'm Paolo Del Nibletto, the editor of CDN Computer Dealer News in New Orleans at the Cisco Partner Summit. With me here today is Nitin Kawale, the president of Cisco Canada. Nitin, thanks a lot for joining us.
My pleasure.
So the partner conference, there's a lot of talk about the cloud. I just want to ask you, how is it working for your partners in Canada?
Yeah, I think it's a very exciting opportunity for all of us with our data center and our unified computing and our partners and VC coalition. I think the cloud means different things to different people, so we have to kind of frame that way. I think if you look at Canadians in general, and if you saw the presentations yesterday, using social media, using text, all that kind of stuff is a public cloud scenario. And Canadians are the biggest users of these social media tools and internet. So I think what that means is the country is ready to consume cloud services. We know what they're doing as consumers. The next step is to bring that into business and into government. And so it's an exciting opportunity. I think people will make that mental shift, and we're ready. So from a Canadian opportunity perspective for our partners, I think this whole concept of whether you're a builder, provider, or an application scenario is something that people need to think through and start executing on, because I think this is going to go much faster than any one of us have ever predicted.
So there was a significant promotion in Cisco's leadership. Gary Moore is now the Chief Operating Officer. John Chambers announced that last week. And John Chambers also said that he's going to work more on in the internal side of Cisco. How is that going to impact the Canadian operation?
I think it's going to help quite a bit. I think one of the things that I like to push and talk with people about is to really organize the company's resources to impact countries. And we have a very strong country organization here. And I think Gary, as he begins to streamline and to tighten up operations, is just going to give us a better opportunity to align with the rest of the company. So I'm excited. Gary's a fantastic leader, and he's going to help a lot.
So one of the things Cisco Canada is doing really well is in the SMB. It was quite interesting actually Tuesday morning, when some of the Cisco executives were saying that you're not getting their fair share of wallet in the SMB space. So what is Canada doing right as opposed to the rest of the regions?
Well, I think one of the things right is that we are properly working with our partners. You know, we're also lucky. I mean, the SMB is a huge sector in Canada.
Yeah,
right?
it is.
I mean, it's if you look at the mid-market and small, it probably represents 65% of all employment in Canada. So we quickly realized that. We changed our organization structure so that we drove a partner-led model. We tapped into all the resources the company has, and Don and our team has done a fantastic job of executing. Now, while we're doing really well, there's a lot of upside opportunities. So I'm counting on our partners and our channel organization to really accelerate this business. I think we have the right products, we have the right strategy, and I think we have the right execution model with our partners. So I'm really excited about the upside in SMB. And we're going to get a lot of these other solutions that are going to be tailored for it. And if you think about the opportunity for productivity gains for a country, if we impact this sector correctly, and we're going to impact Canada significantly.
Speaking of Canada, ITAC recently came out with a study that there seems to be a lack of knowledge that's really impacting Canadian competitiveness moving forward. How can you, Nitin, as a leader in the technology space in Canada, address this?
You know, when we look at Canadian competitiveness, we've slid down a little bit. You know, the OECD ranks as 14th in innovation and productivity. We're 18th in the world in terms of utilizing ICT for business benefit. And just over a decade ago, we're in the top. So I think there's a real responsibility of the ICT companies, as well as our businesses and public sector, to start changing all of this, because it matters for the standard of living. And I think there's a couple areas that we can really focus on that can make a huge difference for Canada. One is small business, and the other is public sector. And there's great opportunities to do that.
Talk about connected communities, the Smart Grid initiative, and do you see the characteristics of the channel partner changing as they address that?
Yeah, we're excited about the work we're doing in connected communities and Smart Grid. It's a classic example of catching markets in transition, whether it be technology or verticals, and this is a real opportunity. As it relates to our partners, you know, there's so many things to do. Gone are the days where one partner can do all of it. So the ability of our partners to work together, people that understand the foundational technologies, and people also understand these verticals and technical depth with vertical knowledge, and the partners coming together in an ecosystem to solve the customer's problems are going to be key.
So Nitin, I have plenty more questions, but we're going to address that in part 2 of our special interview with Nitin Kawale. So for now, thanks for watching. I'm Paolo Del Nibletto, the editor of CDN Computer Dealer News.